His mum. I need a hug.
17-year-old 70 did his mummy.
Well, look,
Better
that
give him a
story's
break.
probably going to bite me back in the butt.
And wrap his testicles around her.
I don't know what to say. Maybe mummy likes beards?
Oh, it made it worse. Welcome to the Unhelpful Parenting Podcast.
Where we share the real, the raw, and the ridiculousness of parenthood.
So if you're a mum who's sick of spending more money on kids' shoes than your own because they grow out of them so fast,
Or a dad who just gets asked to push the swing higher.
then you're in the right place. Welcome back, everyone.
Hello.
I am Beck,
I'm Sam.
and we are here to be unhelpful.
Well, yeah. Hopefully, helpfully unhelpful.
Yeah. Helpful
Or
with like
unhelpfully helpful.
some joy
whatever it
to
is.
your week. Help you laugh through some of the
Cry through with laughter, hopefully.
the moments you'd otherwise cry through.
Yeah.
Yes, so welcome.
Hello.
We usually start each episode with a high.
We
or
usually
low.
start? You mean we have been starting?
Yes, well,
Usually once.
I think
Twice. Oh, wow. 2 out of 8. 2 out of 10 so far. Actually, this will be 3 out of 10.
So we're going to do...
So 30% of our episodes, we've been
That's a pretty significant percentage.
usually 30% of the time. Continue. Sorry.
We're going to do a high and a low.
Or a little hey and a little ho.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
We can't call it that. Last week we did put the call out for some other names for it. We didn't really get anything through, so Sam wants to...
I've just taken hold of Stuart Little now.
No.
Sorry.
No.
Yep.
Little high, little low. Little high, little low.
Well, anyway, what's your little hey and little ho?
I can't.
Which
I
one's
can't
your
call it that.
which one's your ho and which one's your hat? Anyway.
Anyway.
Carry on. What is it?
Well, my low. I'm going to start with my low this week because we've had a big week. We had last week we were cleaning for the real estate inspection.
Yes.
We had the real estate inspection this week and it went okay. Like
Yeah.
we just made, I was still cleaning like as the lady walked in the door.
You just finished.
Just finished. I'd still dishes in the sink. I was contemplating putting some of the laundry in the car. I was like, what do I do?
You went over the top. It's a lived-in house.
Well, you'd think I went over the top. But
But-
then when I was sitting on the couch later that night, I looked up and we've got a cabinet that we put all the bags in. It's like an IKEA like 4x4 square. And so when everyone's out of the house during the day, all the bags are out. So I use it to fold the washing into, like to sort the washing as I'm folding it. And I'd taken everyone's upstairs except for my underwear. So in the photo that the real estate agent will have to send to the owner, hanging off the edge in my bras and undies, and I'm like, hooray! That's a mum win. But
Is that your low? Is that all?
well, no, my low to go like that. Well, yes, that was pretty low. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just did that. That's only
Suppose
something
if you
I
care
do
about
in
that sort of thing, then you
sleep
care about that sort of
deprivation
thing.
mode. The other one related to that is I've got a video that you can put over this. This is our house less than 24 hours later. And it is
Oh, the
an
bomb.
absolute bomb site. Like,
Yeah, well.
I felt so good getting into that inspection, being like, this is the first time, probably since the last inspection, that our whole house, like every
It's
room
been
has been
spotless.
clean. Like things put away, no mess. And I was like
No,
feeling
I
on top
would-
of the world. We're going to like work hard to kind of keep it like this. And within 24 hours, it looks like we've had a circus through the house. Like
We
just,
have. It's called Kids. Remember the meme from episode 2? It's like, you're the circus.
So that's just my moment of
And the
just
kids are the-
realizing
anyway.
that we are never, ever going to have a clean house. And
Not
I
for
only
a while.
invite people over now that I know either have kids or can appreciate that our house is just going to be a mess because,
Well, hopefully with the new house, we'll have a toy room.
yes,
And a lot
that's
of
on
the
our
crap
wish
will
list.
Go.
Before having kids, my wish list for a new house was
You
like,
wanted a library and all sorts of crap.
oh yeah. But my like actual like practical what I want was like I wanted like a big linen cupboard and I wanted a big pantry cupboard and I still want those things, but now more than anything else I want a toy room and somewhere I can shut all the kids' stuff
I want
away.
a butler's little pantry kitchen thing so you can tuck all the crap in there and have a bench space.
Yep. So that's all on the list for future house. So,
What's your high?
oh my high, we had our first ever parent-teacher interviews, and I didn't realize till walking in, I was like, I feel quite nervous. What are they going to say about my child? And I felt like I was ready not to be defensive because I know we've got a great kid, but like, I don't know, it was a roller coaster of emotions, but they just raved about our child and said how amazing she is and they love her and there's no worries. And I was sitting there going,
And all of our problems we have at home, they don't have at school.
yeah.
And I was
They
like,
said
oh,
she's one of the most compassionate kids. She's very
obedient,
kind, worried
caring.
about her friends, will do her
Yeah.
activities and then make sure everyone else is okay. And I'm listening going, this is amazing.
Why can't
but-
she be like that with her siblings?
This is not what we experience at home with her brothers when it's a WWE wrestling match. So anyway, that was my peak moment for the week.
Nice.
What was your high or low?
I didn't write one down.
Well, quick then.
No, probably taking the kids. We went out to the park.
Yeah.
That was a nice high. The kids enjoyed that.
Kids love being outside. Like,
Even our little walk on Anzac Day that we went out and got out of the house.
big difference between boys and girls as toddlers, I think we're starting to experience. Like, Mackenzie would
Was
be
happy to play inside.
Yeah, our girl was happy to play inside, read books. Now we're experiencing with the boy toddler, he needs to get outside and burn energy and run and climb. And it's not like Mackenzie wasn't like that. Like, she always
It's just
active,
different
always has
energy.
more energy. It's just different energy and needing to get it out in a different way. Might not be boy and girl. It might just be two different kids. But it
I
seems
feel
to
like
be when I
Mackenzie
talk to
talked out all
parents.
of her energy because she's a
Yes.
girl.
Yes, all her words.
And the boy was, Harley's just a
Yeah.
run around.
So that was, and we got some very cute photos
It
of
was cute.
the baby sitting on daddy on the swing. It's a very, very cute moment.
And then probably the low is just having snotty kids.
Oh.
So change of weather.
Yeah. We've just, depending on where you are in the world listening to this, we're in Australia and the weather has just started to turn cold. Well, our sort of cold.
Cold. It's 20 degrees Celsius, 18 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, and
I
I'm
don't-
freezing.
I have no idea what. Beck thinks it's cold. I enjoy it. I love the cold.
As soon as the temperature gauge drops under 20 degrees, I'm like, it's
You're a
freezing.
sock.
Yes, so they're not all, like, it's one of those tricky things. Kids' noses just are always runny. And even the baby, we're like, are you sick or are you like, we know you're teething. So is this like snotty teeth or is it
For all
snotty
you
sick?
Fahrenheit people out there, it's about 63 degrees. So
Oh, you just looked that up.
I don't know whether that's cold or not. But I feel like for North Australia, like the northern end of Australia, it's cold. Like Queensland, it's
Yeah.
cold. But if you go to Melbourne, that's a pretty standard day.
Yeah.
And that's our nighttime temperature. Like now it's like 25 degrees.
It's beautiful. That's what
Yeah, it's a bit warm for me.
I'm built for Queensland. I am built for the heat.
I enjoy the drier air rather than the humidity because I don't just walk outside and sweat. So
Well, you've been super prepared for this episode so far. I'm very impressed. Are
what,
you ready
because
for
I didn't write highs and lows.
Well, are you ready for your meme?
Oh, frick.
I know you were looking at them before, but I can see your phone and you don't have anything up.
Hang on. I didn't screenshot it.
Uno momento.
Frick. Why didn't you prep me before?
I did. I told you exactly what we were doing. So for everyone listening, what we are doing today, we will do Sam's meme next. We do that every week near the start because he just likes to share. He's the dad or the friend. I'm sure everyone has a friend in the friend group that sends all of the reels to everyone. And you always know when he's been sitting on the toilet for half an hour because he'll have an inbox full of reels.
You can tell when all us dads are on the toilet together because we just meme roll together.
So we'll do that. We've been getting some great parenting confessions, so we've got some more of those to go through. We love that segment, so please keep sending them in. And then the question we put out was, again, we wanted to come back to From the Mouth of Babes and talk about just the funny things kids say. So we've got another cracker of a list of things that kids say. So that's what we've got coming up.
Mm.
Do we have a
Should be
meme
good.
coming up?
This one's for all the mums out there. Pre-motherhood.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I'm dying. I only got 4 hours of sleep. Post-motherhood. Wow. I feel amazing. I can't believe I got a whole 4 hours of consecutive sleep.
4 hours of sleep, like in a row, uninterrupted. Like,
I feel rare for you at the moment.
it's rare, but you feel like I feel so energized and amazing, and like that wears off within about an hour, and I'm like, I'm tired again. But like that's an amazing block of sleep. I'd be stoked with 4 hours at the moment. I still get more than 4 hours sleep a night. It's just done in about like 40-minute increments.
I think it was one thing that got me last night. I was so close to being annoyed, but because she was a little bit crook, I just rolled over and sucked it up. But Mackenzie being all snotty last night, crawling in our bed, she's like lying there and just, but like breathing on my face, in my mouth. And I'm like, please go away. And she's like cuddled up to me and she's hot. And I'm like, okay, you can cuddle. And then it's just there in your face and you're like.
I think a lot of parents think they have good immune systems until they have toddlers that go to daycare and school. And then all of a sudden it's like, actually, we never had good immune systems. We just didn't have kids that breathed on our eyeballs.
To be honest, my immune system must be pretty good because they've done that a lot and I haven't gotten too crook. So
yeah, we're getting used to it. All right. Well, we might enter into the parenting confessional.
Well, I thought I'm going to kick this one off.
Mm-hmm.
This is a personal one for me. I'm doing a confessional on behalf of my dad. Well, I was thinking about it. Something that you said that we talked about last week triggered something. I can't remember whether it was just the difference of like mum care versus dad care. But anyway, it triggered a memory. So there was a point where mum went away. I don't know where she went. Whether she went on like a holiday like by herself or whether she had to go away for work or like to a conference or something. Anyway, she was away. Anyway, I was out and about and I was driving, so I must have been 17. I was out and about and got my go-to back then was a meatball sub from Subway.
I remember.
But I thought I'd try something different and go for a mother drink. Just cause, or a monster.
Energy drink or
mother or a monster or something. I can't remember what they were. Anyway, needless to say, the meatballs were bad. So I woke up at like maybe midnight and going, oh, this isn't good. I'm going to hurl. And we lived in a shed out in bush back then, like big shed, not like garden shed. And so I just went out, I snuck outside, went out into the bush and hurled my guts up, hurled it all up. Anyway, like I come back inside and Dad's heard me go outside and he's like, oh, what's up? And I was like, oh, I think I have probably was. He's like, oh, okay. And just goes back to bed. Like nothing.
Oh.
I was like, oh, where's mum? I need a hug.
17-year-old Sam needed his mummy. It's okay.
That's why you're laughing at me and picking on me. But yeah,
it's
just the difference.
It's actually really sweet. But yes, big difference.
Oh, is that all?
Oh, you'll be right. So what the fail was, okay, good to know.
And just goes back to bed. I was like, cool, thanks, Dad.
I mean, what was he going to do?
I don't know.
I feel like that's what you do as a parent of a 17-year-old. I think this is going to come like full circle. It's like, oh, you're vomiting. You good? Cool. All right, I'm out. Like, you don't do vomit. You like.
Oh, I don't do vomit. That's just true.
If I send Sam to clean up vomit, well, I don't even bother because then I'd be just cleaning up 2 lots of vomit. Like
maybe I've just inherited it from. Well, look, that story's probably going to bite me back in the butt.
All right. Well, I've got one that was sent in from
because now that you say it, yeah, you're probably right. That's probably what would you have done apart from Anyway,
you just wanted some love.
Shut up. What's your next story?
So this is from a mum who sent in, when my son was around the age of 2, he would pick something on his plate every night to protest eating. One night it was carrots, the next it was broccoli, and we were very aware that it was not because he didn't like the flavour of the food, but simply he was asserting his independence. The main thing he refused to eat was any meat that wasn't chicken. This is when we invented chicken pork. On the nights that we weren't eating chicken for dinner but serving another type of meat, we simply added the word chicken to it and he'd eat it like a champion.
Do some chicken steak? Some chicken pork? Some chicken
lamb?
Chicken beef burgers?
Some chicken, yep. Chicken sausages. Well, you can get chicken sausages, but...
Chicken broccoli?
Yes, this is chicken, darling. I feel like you go into parenting being like, I'm never going to lie to my kids. Like, I'm always going to tell them the truth. But I feel like...
bullcrap.
I feel like you
do what you do to make them
There's some
eat.
times where, you just got to do what... You got to survive and you've got to...
You're not doing anyone any harm.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's kind of like that Wiggles and Beatles one. You don't want to listen to the Wiggles for the rest of your life, so you want to listen to something else.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look. The Wiggles changed. But yeah. It's not really a confessional.
You got another one.
But I feel like this is a dad thing, right?
Yeah.
Mums are normally so like the whole like protective kids. Like, dads wrestle with the kids and mum going, be gentle, don't hurt them, don't hang them upside down. Like you do that with me and the baby.
Well,
don't hang him upside down.
You've been hanging the baby by his leg. And I'm like, he's 7 months old and just fed. Like, he's not made to be upside down like
when
that.
He's just fed.
He was last time. I was waiting for him to hurl all over you. It was like,
I wait. But he loves it because he's a boy and they love rough play. And I feel like it's the same with either playing games like Xbox, PlayStation, whatever, and the type of games, or movies. Because dads don't want to watch boring freaking movies, kid movies, or play Paw Patrol on PlayStation. So
and you think mums do? Is that what you're saying?
I can't damage my children. Okay, but... I feel like me as a kid, with both my granddad and my dad, I feel like I watched certain movies that thankfully probably most of it went over my head. But there are definitely a few points that I still remember as a kid from being a kid of watching certain movies. And I'm like, oh.
Give us an example.
But it was good. Well, like growing up in the 90s, so like... One of the hit movies that we used to watch all the time was like Dante's Peak. I feel like it was a Pierce Brosnan show. It was like Dante's Peak, the Pierce Brosnan 007s. I'm pretty sure my granddad introduced me to Ace Ventura.
Yeah, that's probably not a kid's movie.
Accidentally. He recorded the Wiggles and then on a VH, on a tape player. And then once that recording finished... Just Ace Ventura was on the tape. So I just sat and watched it. Yeah, all of that. But I love James Bond because it was like car flips and guns and fire and explosions. And I was
this
like...
explains a lot. I feel like I'm constantly like seeing stuff on the TV that you're putting on and being like, what are you thinking? That is not. Even I noticed you pushed through and did it anyway the other day, like playing Shrek. Our oldest is 5 and she's like, she gets easily scared of stuff. And I'm like, great. If we're having nightmares about dragons and swamps.
Nah, she's fine with Shrek.
Swamps and things.
They were fine. They loved it.
All right. We got another one in from a mum and I related to this one. I was like, this could so easily be me. So, okay. So I'm tired. Really tired. I have a kindy kid and a baby who hasn't slept properly since being in utero. I'm on phone number 2 and screen replacement number 3 because I keep leaving it on the roof of my car. One afternoon, I notice a few funny looks while I'm picking up my kindy boy. Getting home, I realise that the bodysuit I'm wearing has come undone under my jumper and is untucked. So basically, I just walked around the school with a front and back undie-shaped tail. I died and I couldn't look the kindy teachers in the eye for a good month. I have been tempted to write them an email with a girl code reminder, but I haven't done that yet.
Wait, what?
You don't know what a bodysuit is, do you?
No?
It's like they do up under, like it does up like swimwear almost, like a one piece.
Right.
And so it's come undone and untucked and it's just like hanging out and dangling.
Oh. Awkward.
Oh, man. I can
That's quite funny.
relate to just zombieing around, being like, okay.
Wouldn't that be breezy then?
You wear pants over them, so it's come untucked, like undone and untucked.
Untucked. Okay.
We're getting a very good insight into how little Sam knows about fashion and female wardrobe.
Sorry, I don't get into that
You
sort
don't
of
do
stuff.
the laundry either.
Nope. Well, you don't have any of them, so how would I know? There you go. That's quite funny. I like that one.
But thank you for those confessions, guys. And I've got a whole list of them starting to grow. Someone even told us one yesterday that I'm like, well, I'm adding that to the list. Hope you know that's going on the podcast.
Yep.
So, but the thing we wanted to circle back to was in episode 8. We did not episode 8. Episode 8 was the things toddlers say, the words toddlers get wrong. Anyway, there was an episode previously about funny things that kids say, and it was hilarious, and we got heaps of answers, and we've had the same again today, and so we're just going to do it again because it was awesome. So, well, that's why I had episode 8 in my head. I wanted to circle back to some toddler things that got sent in a bit too late to make the recording.
Some words.
Odd,
like translations.
Yeah,
toddler
the translations. So we had a speed lemon for speed limit.
Speed what?
Speed lemon.
For?
Speed limit. So you're breaking the speed
limit.
lemon. Speed limit.
Speed lemon. Oh, yeah, okay.
So daddy, you're speed lemoning. I don't know.
No, you're breaking. Yeah. Yep.
Or a sports card for a passport.
Sports card.
Sports card. Yep.
Passport.
I was thinking about it. I was like, if you're looking at it from a kid,
I suppose they normally reverse things, don't they?
They reverse things, they mix things up, and then it does kind of look like a bit like a baseball card. Like you've got your photo and you've got your height and your weight and your like all your info there. Could be a sports card.
Not gonna lie, I just renewed mine and I did not think sports card one bit.
Funny, you're not a toddler.
I know. Magical.
But we did have a few toddler things sent in of funny things toddlers say. So one of them was my niece used to sing the ABCs. HIJK, I'm a little P. So
That's really
cute.
good. I like that.
Or this one. My brother told my mum he wanted to be an octopus and wrap his testicles around her.
Oh.
I was like, oh, that toddler got those words wrong, and they're
That's
not
the
the
wrong
words
word.
to get wrong.
That's the wrong word.
You want to get a video of that?
I've got one. It's not a toddler,
Mm.
but it was sent in by mum.
Mm.
I asked my 4-year-old to pass the remote, and they replied, "You have legs, you get it."
Oh, child, I made your legs. You go get it.
It's quite good.
That would have me. Oh, actually, we've
for like
had
a
that
4
a few
5-year-old.
times. Our 5-year-old occasionally likes to get a bit lazy and be like, "Mummy, can you get me this? And can you get me that?"
Yeah, but it's
And
not
I was
like the sassy response of, "Can you get that?" Well, you have legs, you get it. She's just the, "I don't really want to." Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, last time we did this, we had a few themes come through, and that's happened again this time. And the weight-related ones
I was
came
going
back
to say
through
more
again.
fat-related.
There were more.
Sorry, I know you try to be PC and say weight-related, and I'm just going to go out there and say fat-related.
Well, you've got
Body
the
shaming.
first one.
I've got a little extra weight.
Yeah, that feeling.
Me too. I was at a friend's house for dinner, and the young kid runs up to me and says, "You're wiggly." Better yet, when it was time to sit for dinner, he yells, "I want to sit next to the wiggly one."
Do you imagine that forever being your nickname with your friends'
Wiggly.
kids? You're the wiggly one.
It's like basically like, "I want to sit next to the fat kid." Oh, okay.
And mum sent in, Miss 4 asked why I have so much water in my arms. I was reaching across her in the car and she must have seen them jiggle.
Or the blah, 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 blah.
The tuck shop arms.
Blah, 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 blah.
Thanks, kid.
Thanks.
So good for the ego.
It's good for personal.
Uh-huh.
A kid in my class came to school and said, I'm not supposed to say, but the doctor said to my dad that he's fat.
I love that it's something that dad's been like, don't tell anyone that the doctor is like, whether the kid was in the appointment or maybe heard mum and dad talking at home. Just dad's obviously said, please don't tell anyone. Like, don't. Kids can't keep secrets. So I don't know why you'd bother. Like,
rookie error. Never tell your kid a secret.
The dads did get a pretty bad rap in these answers that came through. There were quite a few.
Legit though, with a secret before we go into the dad thing. It's like, if you're having a baby, don't tell the kid until you're ready for everyone to know. Because they will tell.
That's thankfully one we didn't learn the hard way. We like straight away were like, we can't tell the kids until we're ready for this to be like.
No. That's not an announcement or anything, no.
Oh, no.
But, carry on.
Yeah, so the dads did get a bit of a bad rap.
We always
Not
get
a bad
a freaking
rap.
we always get a bad rap. We cop the crap. Mum say good for cuddles and mum say good mum loves us and dad does everything and he's fat. And if I had to kill someone, it would be dad.
It's still one of my favorite ones from that last episode.
Freaking brutal.
So yeah, it came through again, this one. One of them, so this is obviously a teacher sent in my prep class, I overheard some kids talking. Kid 1, my dad wants me to be a good boy. Kid 2, my dad says I need to listen. Kid 3, my dad wants a fast sports car.
Damn straight.
Like,
damn straight. A sports car.
Forget being a good boy. Forget listening well. I want a sports car.
I think every dad wants a sports car. My friend's 6-year-old took the opportunity at a family gathering to announce that daddy's doodle has a beard.
What do you even do with that?
I didn't expect that. I don't know what to say. Number 1, stop sharing with your kid.
I know. Please don't. I don't know if it was better or worse that it's a family gathering. Like,
maybe mummy likes beards.
Oh, you just made it worse. I don't know if I can remember. Quick. Oh, this doesn't look any better. I'm a prep teacher, and one of my favourites was a kid filling out the Father's Day card info sheet answering that daddy's favourite drink is cock. I'm assuming he meant Coke. Told you the dad's got a bad rap in this one.
Why? Wow. Holy dooly, that took a turn, didn't it?
Yeah.
You've got a half-written one.
Yeah, I didn't finish copying. I think I lost it.
My husband and daughter were playing together.
I'll find that for another episode.
And?
And then we just had a whole bunch of other great ones. Like, my 4-year-old asked why there was a man in the field wearing a horse suit. It was just a horse.
Why does it have to be a turtle? Jeez, there's a lot of people dressed up as cows in that field. It's freaking weird. No, they're just cows.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. Here's a conversation between a granddad and a grandchild. Granddad to grandchild. You're beautiful, granddaughter. Yeah, because I've got 20 teeth. AKA, granddad's got 4. Or none. That's quite funny. That's brutal.
It's a good standard of beauty, I suppose, at that age.
20 teeth. Just counted them and everything.
Yep. Hate to break it to your kid, but once you get into primary school, you start losing them. You won't have 20 teeth always.
All right.
Upon telling my 4-year-old he couldn't lie on my tummy for a cuddle in bed because I had stomach cramps, he proceeded to say to many people over the coming days, "Be careful, because Mum has crabs." Just what you want everyone to think.
She's itchy. A kid asked me how old I was. I replied, I'm 22. And he said, oh, I thought you were 50.
Oh, right in the feels.
But 22?
22 is
a baby.
I know. But then, like, I had this moment the other day realizing I'm like, our kids are looking at us as old people. Like, I know we're in our 30s, like early 30s.
Yeah.
And I don't feel old at all. Like, if an emergency happens, I look around for the adult. Like, I'm like, where's the grown up? Even though I'm a grown up. And I'm like looking at our kids going, okay, because me and my mum were a similar age when she had me versus me having Mackenzie. And I'm like, I don't remember my mum being this young as I am because I am so young. And anyway, so, this one's great. This one comes with a photo. My 5-year-old yells from the bathroom, wow, Mum, great job on the tower. I walk in to see him standing next to the dirty laundry hamper, which is shamefully piled with clothing taller than him. I'm really glad he thinks it's an achievement.
The clothes tower.
I said to that mum when she sent it in, I was like, could easily be our house any day, except...
No, there's just multiple towers. It's not a really tall
Well,
one.
I was going to say on the days that it's even in a basket, because to be honest... It's
never in a
usually all
basket.
over the floor because even if I put a basket in that room, it's invisible and it goes all around the basket. So I've kind of
we even bought an extra dining room table chair that you can now sit at the dining room table and look at the pile of clothes.
Yes, our clean washing gets dumped on
great.
the table because I have good intentions of folding it, but it takes a good 7 to 10 days for clothing to get put away.
My 5-year-old was comparing hand sizes with me and pressing our hands together. I told him that one day his hands would probably be bigger than mine, and he said, yeah, but you'll probably be dead then.
There we go with the morbid streak. We had
Thanks,
that in the
kiddo.
last time we did this.
Yes.
I think the last one was this was great. Some background context. My daughter had been having some irritation and UTIs, and we'd been telling her to drink more water so her wee doesn't feel like it's burning. My babysitter took her to the aquarium today, and in the busiest part with a crowd of people yelled out, water helps my gina. Cool. Poor babysitter. Poor babysitter's gonna
That's an insight.
yeah. Because the babysitter could be like, not my kid, but like everyone would be like, yeah, sure.
Heard that before too.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were good. I like that.
Thank you everyone for sending in those stories.
That's great.
I'm still like stuck on the
beard. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. So thank you. And please send your confessions in. Send in answers to the questions because they are hilarious when they come in. We love it. We love doing this and laughing with you because if you don't laugh at the funny things, you can get drowned in all of the not funny things that happen in parenting.
Yes.
Yes. So thank you for joining us. Come back next week. Next week we should hopefully have a good Mother's Day. Follow us. If you are watching on YouTube, subscribe to the podcast. Like this video. Leave us a comment. Tell us your favorite of the funny things kids say in the comments. Although I already know what the favorite's going to be because it was hilarious.
Click the bell.
Click the bell. If you're on Spotify, rate the podcast. If you are listening anywhere else, like, review, subscribe, all of the things. And we will see you next week.
Bye.